Hello and welcome to my drumming. So the eagle-eyed ones amongst you will notice that I'm sat behind a different kit today. This is my acoustic kit which I play when I'm gigging or when I'm playing with bands, whereas any of you that have seen the previous videos that I've done will have noticed the Yamaha DT Express kit, or recently moving into the Millennium MPS 850 kit. So what I wanted to do today was to show you my acoustic kit and just tell you how fantastic I think it is. So starting from the very beginning, before this kit I used to have a wooden kit, so you'll see that this is an all acrylic kit. Now it's the first acrylic kit I've ever played. This is a DW Design Series acrylic kit. Now, to start with, I didn't know how much I was going to enjoy it or how much the sound would differ from wooden kits which I'd previously had before, but the sound is just fantastic. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of the hardware that you've got in front of you now. So the snare is a 14 by 6 inch snare. The high tom here is 10 across, 9 inches deep. The mid tom is then 12 across, 10 inches deep. The floor tom is 16 across, 15 inches deep. And the bass drum is 22 across and 20 deep. So just to give you a quick sound check on how things go. As you can see, great sounding drums. They sound really warm. I was worried that comparing to a previous wooden kit before, I used to have hydraulic heads on the previous kit, which, I mean, I learned about hydraulic heads. I don't know how much of you know about them, but it's a 2-ply drum head with a thin layer of oil. Now, those hydraulic heads were amazing because they made the drums sound really deep and gave it a really good punch. And as you can hear from these toms, really good sound, really good punch. Now also the other thing that came with the DW bass drum, which I'll show you in a minute when I move the camera around, is it comes with a foam deadener that's in it, so that instead of the bass drum sounding hollow, or instead of having to put any cushions in it or anything like that, you've got a good thumping sound from the bass drum. The other thing which is great about this kit is just the look of it. I mean, I don't know if you agree, leave me comments or say something about it as you think, but I just think it looks amazing. And one of the great things that it does, and I'm going to do this in another video just so people can see the functionality about it, is I've actually fitted lights to the kit. So I'll give you a very quick look now, and I'll explain the drum lights in another video. But there's the drums, there's the lights, and that's one of the things that I really loved about the acrylic kit, the fact that you can do this and the fact that you can add something else to give it more of a show when you're playing. So what I'll do now, I'll just bring the camera around so you can have a good look at the drums and make your mind up about the sort of looks that you think. There's going to be a whole lot of wires around the place, and that's just the drum light wires. So ignore those, but have a good look at the drums and see what you think. So moving around the kit then, you can get a good chance to see what each of the drums look like up close. Now, when I originally got that big thumping bass drum, I changed it for a different resonator head, just so we've got a hole in it there so we can put a microphone in when I'm playing. Now I'll show you the deadener foam that's in there. So you can see that came with the kit as standard. I think they're about 30 or 40 pounds outside of coming with the kit, but that was just a really good addition to the sound. And then the other thing that I really love about this kit is the way that the bass drum is non-drilled. So you don't have anything at the top of the bass drum with any arms coming out, which the toms are then mounted from. So the toms are mounted from the brackets, from the cymbal arms there, and these things here, they're really sturdy. The hardware that I've got, which is got all the cymbals and everything mounted on, this is Tama hardware, which I've used from a previous kit. That's really robust, really good sounding, as the cymbals ring off it when they're there. So just having a quick look at these. So yeah, ball sockets there, which enable the toms to move around really freely. You can move these as ever up and down, so total flexibility with all of the toms and where they're positioned. Floor tom, I've got my Tama pedal there, so I normally play with the double bass drum pedal. I'm just playing with a slightly different setup tonight. Cool DW logo there, which I think is great, and I put in a protector pad here just to stop the head getting marked too much. So you can see with the single player beater there, it hits just the pad. Normally if I'm playing with a double bass drum pedal, that'll hit there and there. The snare drum, now I don't know if you saw when I was filming from a little way ago the lights. So the snare drum is acrylic too. There's no lights actually in the snare drum, mainly because I thought I think it was about another £50 to put in the snare drum lights, and generally I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to see the snare drum lights. So I'll just come round here so you can see the lights from the front of the kit. So just turning it on now. So there's the lights. Now if you're then watching the band playing, yeah, okay, you could probably do with a snare drum light. That could look quite cool, so maybe I should invest in one of those. So just coming round the other side, a couple of boom arms here for the cymbals which I've got. That's detracting a bit away from the DW kit itself, but yeah, as a review for the DW kit, it's fantastic. I love the sound of it, I love the look of it, it plays well. The amount of people that have come up to me and spoken to me about how it sounds, how it looks, would I recommend it against a wooden kit? And my answer is absolutely. Yep, I think it's a wonderful kit and I'm so happy with it. So I hope that helps. Any questions, as ever, please shout, and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Cheers. See ya.